There are lots of ways to create basic shapes using Illustrator. If you're looking for a triangle, one of the easiest ways to get one is to use one of these two triangle symbols here in your Symbols panel. You just click and drag it onto the artboard. If you need to change its shape a bit, you can use the Selection tool and click on any of the sides and stretch it in most any direction. You can also hover over the corner like this until you get this curved double-ended arrow and hold down the Shift key and spin the whole figure around. This will constrain it to the angles that the tiger embosses best. You can spin the shape around without holding down the Shift key, but the results might not be quite as clear. Another way to create shapes is by using the Shape tools, which you'll find here in Illustrator CC and over here in Illustrator CS6. If I choose the Ellipse tool here in the Custom Tool panel in Illustrator CC, and then click and drag on the artboard, you'll see that I get an ellipse. If I click and drag on the artboard again, while holding down the Shift key, I will get a perfect circle. If I click and drag on the artboard while holding down the Shift key and the Alt key, I'll get a circle that starts from the point where I clicked. This is a really useful technique to use if you need to draw a circle within a circle. The Rectangle tool is used in pretty much the same way. If I click on it, I can then click and drag on the artboard and create a rectangle of just about any dimensions. If I hold down the Shift key while I click and drag, I will get a square. And if I hold down the Shift key plus the Alt key while I click and drag, I'll get a square that starts from the point where I clicked. If I use the Direct Selection tool up here and click on a point of one of these rectangles, I can drag it in just about any direction. I can also click on the side of one of these rectangles and drag that whole side to the right or left, which, as you can see, is an easy way to make a parallelogram. The Polygon tool is up here. If I click on it and then click on the artboard, I just enter the number of sides that I want my polygon to have, and then I click OK, and there it is. Again, using the Selection tool, I can click and drag the sides of this whole shape, and it will change its width and height. Or I can hold down the Shift key and drag, and it will retain its original proportions. The Star tool is used in much the same way. You choose it, and then click on the artboard and enter the number of points that you want your star to have. Then click OK, and there it is. Then, again, use the Selection tool to make it taller or wider, or hold down the Shift key to constrain it to its original proportions. Once you've created a shape, you can go over to the Graphic Styles panel and choose a line style from the two top rows here, or after this square of green, which is just a spacer there, it's not to be used, you'll find two rows of fill styles. Here's a light fill and a medium fill. Both of these styles, along with a number of the other ones here in the fill selections, have white space incorporated within them to make them easily readable. If I make this circle here darker, you can see the white space that's in both of those shapes. If you're looking for a fill style with white space, just look for the +WS that you can see right here after its name.